I'm not really interested in getting people to cry, buy my book, or adopt me as their personal hero. What I hope I can do is to change their perspective by showing them that if they make their dreams a priority, if they take action, connect with mentors, go after opportunities, that they'll be in a much better position to say, I have a dream too. And if you do that, life can be pretty incredible.
Anybody who's been successful in life, I don't care if they're successful in business, athletics, in some type of profession, they will tell you, if you don't have the right attitude, it will not happen for you. But attitude's a fundamental. It's one component. Vision is another component. Courage is a component. Persistence is a component. Hard work, a good education, support from your parents, hard work, hard work, hard work. Did I mention hard work? Components, and they weave together to form what we call a complete, well-rounded human being. You know who taught me this? My friend Kate Kelly. We lived on the same floor freshman year. We were very different people in high school. When I was in high school, I was the student council guy, the guy at pep rallies going, we got spirit, yes we do, we got spirit, how about you? We're all in this together. Kate was a little bit different. How many of you have visited colleges? And you have a brother or sister, so you know people have these little whiteboards on their doors, and you know, Bob is at the library, he's studying, here's his cell, I am him. Everybody on our floor had one of these except for Kate. Kate had a poster. The poster went from the top of the door to the bottom of the door, and the poster said, don't knock, stay out, go away, die. Kate was a communication major. I thought she had a bright future ahead of her. She was very good at being direct and keeping it simple. But this created problems for me because I was the social coordinator on my floor. I was in the hall council, and every Wednesday night, my job was to get everybody out of their room, come down to the lobby, eat pretzels, drink juice, and socialize. I thought I was brilliant. I called it punch and munch. Loser. But that's what I would be doing. Come to the punch and munch. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Don't be a stick in the mud. Come on down to the punch and munch. And the first 2 weeks, I got to tell you, I saw that poster, and I just skipped the door. And then like the third week, I was talking to this friend of mine as I'm knocking on doors, and I accidentally knocked on Kate's door. And the door opened. And this voice on the other side of the door said, Bob, right? I said, yeah. Got a minute? Well, I got to make sure that the pretzels and the juice all get served. She said, it'll just take a minute. I said, okay. She said, come in. So I did. She said, here, sit down. So I did. She said, you comfortable? I wasn't. Well, I looked up, I said, sure. She said, good, come here. I leaned in, and she said, I really hate people like you, Bob. And I was offended. Why? She said, you want to know why, Bob? I'll tell you, because you're a go-getter. And go-getters like you make life difficult for people like us. Oh, I get it. You know, Kate, can I give you a little feedback here? Okay, let me tell you. You are a really negative person, okay? And there are two types of people. There are positive people and there are negative people. And you can be a negative person if you want to, but I'm not going to hang with the negative people, okay? Because those people eventually become losers, all right? There are winners and losers. And you can stand on the sidelines while life passes you by, but life is not a spectator sport for me because there's three types of people. There are those people that make things happen. She said, sit down. So I did. And then she asked me a really important question. It's probably one of the most important questions anybody's ever asked me. She said, what makes you think you are so much better than everybody else just because you're more outgoing than everybody else? You know, depending who she was talking to in the room here this morning, she might say, what makes you think you're so much better than everybody else just because you're more academically talented than everybody else? Or you're more athletically gifted than everybody else? Or you're more popular than everybody else? What makes you think you're so much better, Bob? You think I don't have dreams? You want to know what my dream is? Close the door. And I did. And from the floor to the ceiling, there's a pile of books. She said, you see this? I said, yeah. She said, I barely got into college, Bob. I was not in the National Honor Society. Nobody ever nominated me for a scholarship. I was basically a C student. You want to know what my dream is? I want to be a movie producer. I want to be a storyteller. But I got a lot of catching up to do. I'm no more or less of a dreamer than you are, Bob. I'm just shy. And I said, oh. A couple summers ago, I got a call from my friend Kate Kelly. I was home and the phone rang. I picked up the phone. Bob, it's Kate. I said, hi, Kate, how are you? She said, great, I'm in Philadelphia. Really? Yeah. Let's get together. She said, okay. I said, let's go to dinner. She said, okay. I said, where do you want to go? She said, the Bellevue Hotel. Now, most of you are not from Philadelphia. You don't know the Bellevue Hotel. Buku dinero. I said, yeah, the Bellevue Hotel, that's pretty good, but Applebee's not bad. TGI Friday. Burger King has value meals. She said, I'm buying. I said, what time? And we went to the Bellevue Hotel. People with napkins on their arms. Is there anything else I can get for you, sir? And I know some of you wait tables, so you know how this works. Is there anything else I can get for you, sir, you annoying person? I hope you stepped in front of a bus when you walk out of here. But it's all about the show, and we're sitting there, and we're eating our soup, salad, and breadsticks, and making small talk, and then I decide to ask the question, the one you'll ask at the reunion. So, Kate, what are you doing now? And I wish you could have seen her when she sat back in that chair, and she said, oh, I'm here working on a new movie. It's being directed by Jonathan Demme. He won the Academy Award for Silence of the Lambs. And it stars Tom Hanks and Denzel Washington. It's called Philadelphia. It's the first big Hollywood movie about AIDS, and I'm the Philadelphia office production coordinator on that film. And I said, first job out of college? She said, first job out of college, Bob? No. First job out of college, I worked for $50 a week on a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad. I say, where if I ever see anybody that I worked on this film with, I will hit them with my car called Kabuki Man. And after 4 years of college, all that studying, all those papers, my very important job, Bob, was to make the coffee for $50 a week. But I make good coffee, Bob. And when that movie was over, my friend Peggy went to this other movie being directed by Barbra Streisand called The Prince of Tides, and they said, would you come make coffee and do some Xeroxing? And I said, sure. So I made coffee and I Xeroxed on The Prince of Tides, and then Peggy went to this other film called The Fisher King with Jeff Bridges and Robin Williams, and they said, would you come make coffee, do some Xeroxing? And occasionally I got to take stuff to the director, and now I'm the Philadelphia office production coordinator on this film, and I get to make decisions. Kate Kelly is one of the biggest dreamers I've ever really met. She's a dreamer because she would not let the clouds created by others come between her and her vision of her dream. She developed those three critical things that we hear in motivational speeches all the time: vision, courage, and persistence. But more important than that, despite the fact that she was not in the National Honor Society and nobody was rooting for her or supporting her with a scholarship, she decided to step up to the plate and say, hey, I have a dream too. And she wouldn't let anybody take that away from her.